really dirty when we do the corporate side reviews because don't you smile? Because I don't know, I feel evil. Like that's I think is one of the best parts of this game is like when you play corp, you feel like you've done something wrong. No,
no, I don't feel that.
I guess I play 1,000 Cuts too much.
There you go.
All right, hey everybody.
I guess it does depend on the corp deck.
We're back. Nice cold open, right? We're back again to do the Earth Scion, which is the 3rd pack in the Red Sand cycle.
Yeah.
Ping.
We just got that right.
Review for this is the corp side, so we're gonna go through Haas Byward, Jinteki Imbian, and Wayland's cards for this set, and I think there's some pretty cool stuff in here for corp. So let's get started.
There is.
The first card we have is 5th, I think, or maybe the 4th card in the next ice cycle, which is going to be Next Opal. 4 res cost, 3 strength, Code Gate Observer Next subtype ice. It says Next Opal gains a subroutine, install 1 card from HQ paying all costs for each res piece of Next Ice. So interesting that it's only from HQ, but like I've seen these really annoying corp decks now where like it's a. Did we start? We did start, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because he usually does his little like.
He did. You just short-term memory.
Yeah. Where are we at?
Yeah.
Saturday
morning.
The idea of they like have these like horizontal HB decks now, where like you can install like 7 things a turn, and like it's just really crazy. And I guess this plays into that, but I just don't know if it has any place to fit in those decks.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was excited, hey, a new Next Ice, and then I'm like, well, I don't see how this works.
I guess you could.
I see how it works, I just don't see how it's useful.
So, there's a question to the people watching. What happens if you have a Next Ice installed, this Next Opal, right, and then you have an ice behind it, right? Mm-hmm. And then, if you install it, they would shift them back, which means they'd be closer to the surface. So you don't want to do that. Don't do it.
Yeah, with no end, so this is definitely a piece of ice that is for late game, because it has to be res Next Ice. Mm. So it's late mid game to end game.
But it can
and then it's
right?
Then it's something that is going to help you.
See, what I imagine this card does,
I just don't know how.
Is helps you install more Next Ice elsewhere. So like you have it out, you hit it, it hits itself, you put 1 out.
And it does. Right? It does automatically have it because as soon as it's resed, it's 1 piece of.
So maybe it's to accelerate Next. I mean.
Good point.
Because Next is gonna. Oh, you could start this out with Next.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Okay. Someone build that deck and let's see.
Yep. Dan Spinoza.
All right. Let's look at the next HB card here. It's a 2 res cost asset, a Byroid subtype asset. That's interesting. Byroid Work Crew. Trash to install 1 card, paying all costs. Use this ability immediately after playing an operation.
Which is important.
Yeah. 4 trash too, which is kind of heavy, so that's nice. That's a pretty high trash cost there.
Yes.
So that's kind of cool. I mean,
and it's good flavor text too. I know.
Oh yeah, they don't need to sleep breaks. They don't need sleep breaks, overtime, or even oxygen. How can we compete with that? Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Yep.
Because that's the point of this whole cycle is, I guess, Revolution on Mars and Coalition and stuff like that.
Exactly.
That's kind of cool. Getting an extra click thing for 2 credits. I mean.
And 4 influence. This is definitely mostly for Haas. So.
I don't see where it goes. Like maybe I'm just not in it enough, but I don't see where it goes. Like.
I don't either, but I think that it's really well written as far as how it works because you can't trash this during a runner's turn. It has to be after you play an operation. So it's really well written. It's just what does it interact with? What does this make it work?
Yeah,
the designers have something going.
Maybe there's something where like you play a card that lets you install a few things and you get to install another, and or maybe like you're trying to get money, so you like go horizontal again and install 3 things or 1 thing at once. I don't know.
Could be rush.
Yeah.
It could be in a rush deck.
Yeah, that's true, because I mean it is straight economy. You're getting value for a click, but you have to pay 2 to res it, which is effectively 2 clicks. So it's like
it's just a rush. I think.
Okay. This card was spoiled at Worlds last year, and it was in the like decks that they were playing against people at those like fun like
and
kind
it's
of splash
beautiful.
tournaments. Yeah, it looks great. Ag Infusion, a new miracles for a new world.
I think it's Ag Infusion.
Ag Infusion?
Because agricultural. Agricultural.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Ag.
Ag Infusion. What did I say? Ag Infusion? Okay. Jinteki. That's a division, and it says it's a 45-17, so 17 influence is pretty heavy. That's nice.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Once per turn, instead of resing an approach piece of ice, you may trash it to choose another server. The runner is now running on that server and encountering the outermost piece of ice, if any.
It's perfect Jinteki. It's perfect Jinteki.
They can jack out, I read, before they hit a June bug that's been like loaded.
And it's once per turn, and you're trashing ice.
But if you set up a server, a death server, and you have just stuff that's like the runner cannot jack out, blah blah blah, like, or the runner takes a bunch of stuff for jacking out, and just set it up, like, once a turn you can like just wreck somebody. Like,
I'm excited to see what people come up with this one.
but you do have to trash a piece of ice every time you do it, so you need a.
And you're going to need
17 goes right. That's what I was going to say. 17 goes right to recursion.
Yeah, it's going to be recursion. So
I wanna.
It's a balanced power.
Yeah. I've seen one deck built on Netrunner DB with this card. I didn't get to look at it much, but this is cool. This is really cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough of the, like, I'm going to put it back out while we're still talking. I don't think there's enough of the, like, runner cannot jack out, runner gets punished for jacking out stuff being used for Jinteki, because Jinteki is just too economic on its own already, where you're just trying to murder someone and you don't care if they jack out, you want them to hit your agendas, you know? So that could be really interesting. This is another white tree kind of thing that doesn't protect itself, like, or that protects itself instead of wanting you to run everything, right? That's white tree, right? I think. Whatever one is the replicating.
I'm too casual
protection.
to know some of
the
those.
one where you have to like run a central server before you can run a remote.
Right.
And this is another one that kind of is a protective Jinteki that like leads you into terrible things as opposed to, you know, just letting you do whatever you want and punishing you for it. The next card is a upgrade. We have a lot of Jinteki upgrades in this set. So it's called Bamboo Dome. It's a one res cost upgrade. It's a region, so only one per server. It's a 2 trash, and it says install only in the root of R&D. Click reveal the top 3 cards of R&D, secretly choose one of those to add to HQ, return the others to the top of R&D in any order. So that's pretty cool. Can't use it during the runner's turn, but you could use it to like set up some serious stuff inside of R&D, right? Seeing 3 cards from the top of R&D is so powerful for the corp. Right? I did have comments on the word root because there's only like one other card in the entirety of Netrunner that refers to root, and it's the card that increases your hand size in Wayland.
Well, and then there's the root.
Well, no, but I mean like root as a central server upgrade thing. Like, the word root is only used in like 1 or 2 other cards in the entirety of the game. Which is like kind of interesting because most upgrades it's like just install, right? These ones have to be installed in the root because there's no cards to, you know, in the server. But yeah, what do you think?
Well, I was thinking about how this would interact with the ID that's included in the pack, because, you know, it's only 2 to trash. So, you know, putting it in R&D, you're either going to want to protect it, which with using this ID, you're trashing ice to get them off of there. So if you click one and do that, they're just going to rerun headquarters.
Just put a DNA tracker in front of R&D and then leave it and not trash it. But yeah, I like the art on this card too. It looks really cool.
Yeah,
but
really good art.
Yeah, I think that's really powerful, but I think you hit it right on the head. It's really cheap to trash.
Well, it's cheap to res, cheap to trash. You're just going to have to get it back out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where if you get to pop it once, like Melange, you know, then you're good. If you get to do it twice, that's even better. So the runner has to be aware. In maybe early game, and you get something out in front of it that the runner can't get through, you can use it a few times.
I do like that it says secretly, which means that you take the top 3. So if they ran indexing, right, you take the top 3, or they would never do that because they would never run indexing last click. But if they know the cards on the top of your deck, you can pull them out, and then you secretly choose one, and you put it back in any order.
They don't get any information.
Mind games.
They don't get any information. Absolutely.
Okay. All right, this next card is the final Jinteki upgrade from this pack. 1 cost, Bin Musashi, is a unique clone. Each time the runner accesses an agenda from this server, he or she must suffer 2 net damage as an additional cost in order to steal it. This applies even during the run which he is trashed. I like it. Like a really good Hokusai grid. I think that is solid for 1 res cost card. I would throw that into R&D in a second.
Yes.
And it's an upgrade non-region, which means you can have Hokusai Grid and it in the same server.
Right.
You could throw it into a remote and make it really, really painful to steal an agenda. So that's kind of cool.
And 2 influence, you can borrow this guy.
Oh yeah,
for sure. So that's cool. I like it. I like it a lot too. And the insert is about this guy.
Oh, cool.
So
yeah, make sure to read the insert because it's about this really cool looking samurai dude.
Yep.
All right, first NBN card in the set.
Yellow.
Yellow.
I love yellow, but I don't love
like
yellow.
2-cost Code Gate Ice Authenticator says when the runner encounters Authenticator, he or she may take 1 tag to bypass it. The corp gains 2 credits and end the run. The flavor text says, "I'm sure there's no way this could go wrong for you." And it's a 4 strength, so 2 for 4.
That's
pretty
accurate
good.
with NBN for sure.
Yeah, this seems like a really good piece of ice.
Yeah.
I feel like not having to use a click to get the runner tagged is something I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, you have to now clear this if you want to get past this ice.
Well, I love any ice that's cheap to res that has an end the run on it too.
Oh my gosh,
You
it's
know,
so right.
An end the run code gate.
Like
Get strength for it.
cards like Little Engine and things like that are just seriously strength.
Yep.
It's heavy and they just have one in the run. And you're like, go ahead and get money. You can't break it anyway or something, right?
And anything that allows you to tag with NBN. You know, I see this in a lot of NBN decks going forward.
Oh yeah, 2-cost Code Gate that can tag someone.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, why not?
That's good.
If you like yellow.
Hey, did you know that NBN is good at Netrunner?
It wasn't.
Oh, here's the guy that was just talking on the card. Henry Phillips.
Yep, and they interact too.
2 res costs. He's a sys ops. He's got 2 trash. Whenever I just read the flavor text again. I keep doing it. Whenever the runner breaks a subroutine during a run on the server, gain 2 if he or she is tagged. So that's cool.
Yep, it's money making.
There's so much stuff to tag runners.
Toying with them is where the job satisfaction comes in.
Whenever the runner breaks a sub.
Mm-hmm.
What if you have like 4 subs? That's like 8 credits off this guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, toying with them
Absolutely.
is where that's.
See, and this is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but these cards are all still Daemon cards, right?
Daemon card? Oh, I don't know.
Daemon
Actually,
Stone
that's a
designed
good
these. I
question.
believe the cycle's still Daemon cycle.
Feel free to comment
the new,
on that. But
if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But this is one of those things where I see this card, just like when you design a deck. On you putting in ice to make sure, hey, this is going to be painful for a Faust deck.
yeah.
This guy right here
Right?
is great with a
And
Faust deck.
I love that it's not just painful for the runner in a Faust deck because it's got subs. It's like also additionally painful because you're getting so much money. Like it's such a cool synergy with like how to punish a runner for doing things that they want to do.
Absolutely.
That's why you feel dirty playing
this is
for.
once again, this is a 1 influence, so this is not strictly a yellow card.
Yeah.
This is something that we can
1 influence.
in a Hospiroid Glacier deck. You put this in, and you can just make some serious dudes.
Yeah, like what if you had like a tour guide out, and like this guy you have to break a bunch of end runs on tour guide, and you res tour guide for like 0.
Yep.
Because he has no subroutines.
The more we talk about this, the more I like this
Exactly.
card.
The more I want to build around this guy, but not an NBN.
No, never yellow.
All right. Anyway,
Too easy.
we're hating NBN too much. I'm sorry. guys.
Challenge myself.
So the next one is another like. Okay. I like Wayland a lot.
Yes.
They have a lot of barriers. They have a lot of in the runs, but like at some point we need some ice that does something else. I like what this does. I dislike that it's 2 strength. We'll talk about that. Okay. That's my feelings
2
on
strength and no way to beef it up at this by itself.
Simple barrier, 3 res cost battlements. Got 2 in the runs, which is nice because 2 in the runs is a lot harder to get through than 1 in the run.
Yep.
And 2 strength, but it's a 4 influence, so you're only pretty
It's
much
only
using
this is
Wayland.
why. Well, I guess they really want only green decks running this.
That's my comment. I have no idea
Wow.
why.
I didn't notice that.
I mean, it seems good because it's cheaper than Eli. It's the same cost.
Did
as
you
Eli.
read the flavor on this one
No.
too? This one's this. I noticed this last night. Our job is to stop incursions. Let Argus get cute with them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty solid put, and
It's really good early game. It's not gonna like this. This is gonna be laughed at late game, but early game, this can protect.
maybe we're seeing more stuff where like you can just strength up Wayland Ice, or there's something else that's happening.
There's
I don't know.
maybe something's coming.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
love
pretty.
end runs, though.
It's literally pretty vanilla. Like it doesn't do anything else. It's not even an ice wall. You can't even ice it up.
Yeah,
right?
and I mean, it's a 2 strength. It's just not gonna do a whole lot.
Not later, but there you go, Wayland. More barrier ice
Yep.
because you like it. You requested it. No,
At least
nobody's
they're
asking for
consistent.
that.
At least they're consistent.
Audacity, 0 cost operation in Wayland. Play it there at least 3 cards in HQ. I was thinking about the numbers on this card because I was like 1 to 3, and then there's stuff you do. Trash all cards in HQ and place a total of 2 advancement tokens and up to 2 cards that can be advanced. Right, so you only ever want to play this with 3 cards in your hand. I would imagine. I mean, duh, but
Depends.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Like, what
yeah,
would you wanna
more
trash?
likely. I don't know. I just, I'm sure it depends. Just saying.
I just don't know why you'd play this over, like, shipments, right?
Yeah. Well, are any of the shipments
Or is it, wait,
cycling out?
wait, because this is 4 advancement counters. Place 2,
Yeah.
total of 2 advance. No, it's
On a total of 2 cards. It's
It's
not.
2.
It's
It's
a total
2.
of 2
Yeah.
on up to 2 different. You can do it on
That's
one.
nice that you can do 2 on 1.
But you can do 2 on 1. You're trashing cards, but there's lots of ways to get cards back. these days.
You know
I
what?
mean, even with
That's
Jackson leaving the game.
Because this is straight economy,
Competitive.
because you're paying a click to get 2 clicks,
Yeah.
basically, right?
Yeah.
And maybe
Yeah,
even
but it's
3
not going to.
clicks.
See, here's the other thing with green. They have the agendas where they're face up and you advance them. This doesn't give you the.
Yeah, placing.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. You're placing it, so
Which
it doesn't
is
give you the advantage on those
Hardest part
cards.
of those decks when
Yeah.
you realize that happens. So if
Yeah.
you don't know that yet, which most of you probably do, but Todd and I learned the hard way, the placement of advancement count tokens is not the advancing of a card.
Correct.
So
It's a click.
very, very
You have to
important
click
distinctions.
to get it. Yep. With the face up.
Unless the card says advance a card. If some card said advance a card, that would be considered an advancement. But these ones
As-
are place advancements.
As Kevin Hoover continually would tell me when teaching me this game, you have to read the card, Todd.
That's hearsay. You don't necessarily have to do anything.
It helps if you want
This
to
is
play right.
America. So the last whaling card here is a new cool subtype that I didn't know existed. 5 cost Red Planet Couriers is a triple. So as an additional cost to place operation, you spend 2 clicks. That's kind of cool.
That's your whole turn.
That's your
So
whole
they might
turn.
as well have just made it a terminal. Although
Yeah.
you could do it last click in that.
You
play.
could get Jeeves click off this though. That's what it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, you could.
Maybe not. I don't know. Please comment on that because I think I just confused myself. Move all advancement tokens from all installed cards to one that can be advanced.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You can't. If you can get 1 extra click here, you could score something big, like a government contract
I
could
would
take
love-
over in 1 turn.
I had a deck, and I don't name my decks usually because I'm not creative enough. At least in
Todd's
that regard.
deck,
I'm
Alpha
creative in
1-6.
other areas, but I had a Titan deck that I call Titan Goes Turbo to reference the movie. What's the
More words.
the video game Pixar? Wreck-It Ralph, yeah,
Okay.
because are you going turbo? And Titan goes turbo. So anyway, it was a fast advance, and I would love to go back. I have it in my archives and see if I could fit this in there and how it would work.
This it's 5 cost is a lot, and I understand
That's
that you're
true.
getting.
It's a good point.
You better be getting at least a score out of enough advancement counters that paying 5 is worth it, which in my opinion is 5.
Think about it though. If you have a protected server with one of the face-up agendas, that when you get over the threshold, that now you can place 2 advancement counters on another agenda, you can do some pretty janky stuff with that.
I want to see someone put like all of the counters on like a ice wall or something like that, like a firewall, and just make it like a 13
There you
strength
go.
firewall.
There you go too. I mean, there you go. That's a good point. I was thinking only agendas in my mind.
But yeah, I mean, you could advance a lot of things that way, actually. Oh, you could all out in this, like, oh, you play Red Planet Couriers, and you like drop it all on like a death card, or you kind of like you install maybe with your first click and find a way to get another click and then do Red Planet Couriers, and you're like, your move.
Yeah.
And that's those decks that like.
I
think
will
my
tell you
roommate runs
too,
that one a
and
lot.
I didn't notice this until we've been going through this, but these corp cards, they really want this to stay in faction because all of these, almost
Like,
all
a
of
bunch
these,
of 'em.
except for like
lot
the
of
Henry
them.
Phillips, they are huge
Expensive.
influence.
All the ambient stuff though is just one, so don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
the
I mean,
NBN. They're encouraging people to not have to. You can have
You're
these
playing
NBN
faction.
cards in your other factions.
Right. All right. The final piece of this pack is the Ice Owl. It's a neutral ice. 2 cost Sentry for 1 strength. Add an installed program to the top of the stack.
Cool art. This
Cool
is also
art.
another Layla Ray clicker,
Yeah, I would
click tracker.
be really annoyed if I hit this. But again, you can control your draw on Netrunner, so it's not that bad. Unless you can like use this and then immediately trash something from them or
Yeah.
hit it and last click. But
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like they
It
introduced
fits.
a lot
It'll fit in the right deck.
of vanilla ice.
I
in
mean,
this
obviously,
game.
this isn't something that you want early game as your only piece of ice. You're gonna mulligan.
Yeah, I guess this could be good in front of other ice. Like
Yeah.
if you did like something that would just toss their barrier breaker back.
Yep.
So you get to pick the install program too, which is also
Super
nice.
cheap. It's just something to
man,
put.
you do like a Baba Yaga back with this or something like that. Like
Yeah, I mean that
would
would be
never
the
happen.
that would be the perfect scenario, wouldn't it? But I mean, how would they not break it with a body
that's
down?
a good point. Hey, but it costs no influence, so
There
that's
you go.
good. You
Yeah.
can put that anywhere you want. Well, thanks for watching again, everyone. Make sure to subscribe to our videos and everything. We have a new rewards favorites program called CollectorMania, so make sure that you guys sign up for that. And there's drawings every month for store credit right now, and with way more to come. We run. We have Fantasy Flight card game nights Tuesdays and Saturdays, or anytime you want to come down if you're in the group. We have on Facebook. We are also
Well, yeah, and we have the group for living card games.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if you
so-
want to just hit people up, hey, I'm going to be going.
That's the best way. We have so many people here that play so many different card games, which is why we do all these videos, that if you have interest in any of them, join that group and come down and just let people know you're here.
Yep.
And
What's the name of it?
I changed it to CollectorMania FFG card game group. Card
Easy
games.
for him to say.
No, it's not. It's
And Abby and I and Andy, my other daughter, we're 5 minutes away. So if we're able to come down and play, we do it.
Yeah. Also, we did not get quarter 2 kits for this game and a few others, so sorry about that, but we will be catching back up on quarter 3. But you can still come down on Saturdays when we have our there's one today, I think, but I don't know if this video will go up in time. But we're just going to have casual play, so we'll get that figured out and make sure we're on the boat for the next one. And good luck to our people up in Billings, Montana for
Yes.
the regionals today. That's Jason, Alexis, and Aaron.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I hope you guys do well.
Drive safe.
Yeah, thanks. See you next time.
Run reckless.
Run reckless.